Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to run through my most worn items for the spring season. If you're new to my channel here and you're wondering why I'm talking about the warmer months, it is because I live in the southern hemisphere. I'm based in Australia, so we are in summer now. It's getting really hot, although ironically today is very overcast. It doesn't really feel like summer, so it seems like a funny day to be talking about spring. But I want to quickly run through all of this because I know I've got very limited window until my son wakes up from his nap. So I want to just dive into it. And also for anybody who doesn't know, I track every single thing that I wear. So I've got an Excel document. It's not very technical, it's really quite simplistic, but I manually enter in everything that I wear and so that I can count it up. And it's really interesting to look back at the end of the season to see what I actually wore the most compared with what I thought I wore the most, because I generally find that it's always very different. So I'm going to start with the first piece, which is one that I haven't really talked about very much on my channel. And it is this faded black mini skirt from an Australian brand called Eyeshadow. Now, everything here I think is quite creased, so for the cutaways I will make sure that I've steamed everything, but as you can see it's all kind of just been in the wash. So the skirt here, I didn't hand wash it, and you kind of see there's sort of some fading to the denim, which I think is just one of those things that happens with wear. I decided to buy this a few months ago. I got it on sale just because I do have a faded black denim mini skirt from ASOS, which I've had for years now, and I really love it. However, postpartum, my body has changed. Nothing fits me the way that it used to, and I really wanted to be able to utilize that styling piece or styling tool in my closet for the season ahead, but I needed to find it in a silhouette that worked with my new figure. And this to me was kind of a no-brainer. I think A-line styles are just universally flattering. They kind of work on everybody. It just creates a really nice sort of hourglass shape. And this one in particular I think is just lovely. I mean, I think it's great to be able to support a local designer for a start, but also I really like the fact that the hem has this frayed detail, which is sort of a detail or element that is mirrored in my J. Crew white denim mini skirt, which if you've been following me for years, you'll know is one of my favorite pieces in my closet. And actually I wore it yesterday. I mean, I love that skirt so much. So yeah, this has been a winner. The denim of it is really nice and thick. I have this in the AU8 and I find it's a really good fit on me. I'd say that Age fits pretty true to size just based on the other items that I have from the brand in my closet. The second most worn item for spring that I wanted to talk about is really the ultimate wardrobe basic, and it is a simple crew neck t-shirt. Before I mention which t-shirt it is, I did just want to quickly say that yes, my best basics t-shirts video is coming. I think I've got around 10 tees that are going to be featured in that, and I'll be sharing that in early to mid-January. But the one that I ended up wearing the most over the spring season was this light beige or off-white colored one from Arket. Now, Arket is one of those brands which I was finally able to buy into this year. I'd heard so much about it from some of my favorite UK content creators, and when I saw they were shipping internationally to Australia, I immediately placed an order, and one of the first things I got was this t-shirt, and I've been very impressed. This is the lightweight one. They also have a thicker one which is a bit more expensive. The cream color is semi-sheer, so you have to wear a nude bra with it, but I also have it in the navy, and the navy is fully opaque, so just keep that in mind if you are kind of tossing up between colors. But I just think it's a really nice loose relaxed fit. The seams haven't twisted or anything like that I've noticed. It's just held up really well, and it feels really nice still. I mean, I cannot complain. Very pleased with this purchase, and I think when you're getting a t-shirt, something that is getting frequent use, you really want to be buying something that is going to be good quality and that is going to be able to stand up rather than an item that you might have to replace after 6 months of wear. Oh, and I have the t-shirt in size small. I will leave all my sizing info down in the description box below for anyone curious. The next most worn item is a pair of linen trousers, and these are from Assembly Label, which is again another Australian brand. These ones here I bought while I was pregnant, so I think I got them in June or July last year, and they are essentially a high-waisted, slightly tapered, cropped linen pant. I absolutely love these. They were fantastic after I'd just given birth. They were also a trouser that I could wear for a pretty decent chunk of my pregnancy, but I'm really enjoying wearing them now, especially as it's been warming up, just with a little tank. I just think that they are very, very chic and very easy. Being linen, they are just such a nice fabric to wear because they are breathable, and they have that very kind of beachy, relaxed vibe, which I am very into, especially more as I've noticed that I've kind of leaned more into the casual elements of my style, my personal style. I have these in the size 8, and this particular style does run large, so I would say right now I would actually be better off with the 6. However, these ones give me a little bit of room, so if I'm bloated, then that's totally fine. I just tie the drawstring a little bit tighter, but really love these, and they hold up so well. I did actually buy a couple of pairs of linen trousers from H&M, and unfortunately when I laundered them they shrunk upwards slightly, which is a real shame. However, thankfully, because I do have a shorter inseam, they still work on me, but definitely something to be mindful of, and it's sort of one of the reasons why I generally tend to avoid viscose and rayon. And I have mentioned this a few times, rayon or viscose, if it has been pre-washed, will not shrink. If it hasn't been pre-washed, which can generally be the case a lot of the time, then you will experience shrinkage no matter how delicate you are. And I've had this happen with a few more expensive items from Reformation and also from Faithful the brand. So I'm, you know, once bitten, twice shy type of thing. Now, I really didn't think that I'd end up wearing knitwear as much as I did throughout spring, and it's because it got warm so quickly, and I found going for my walks in the middle of the day or in the morning and the afternoon, that would just sort of really get my internal heater going, and I found that I was needing less layers than I typically would this time of year. However, we did kind of have some days where it was a bit cooler, and I just found myself reaching for the snuggly knits just to sort of prolong that chance to be able to wear them and incorporate them with my style. I have mentioned a few times that I've really struggled with figuring out what works for me, especially as my body has really started to settle now, and I'm finding a lot of things that I loved before just don't really work quite the same way now, or just aren't really practical for my lifestyle. And I definitely want to talk about that more in a future video, which trust me, I will. But knitwear piece that I wore the most, surprising, was this one here from And Other Stories. It is a super duper oversized sweater, and I know that many of you aren't a big fan of this super oversized trend, and I totally get it. I have gone through phases of liking it, not liking it. At the moment I am liking it, and I think part of it has to do with that fact of, you know, settling into my new figure and figuring out my body. And someone commented on a video saying that they felt like people who wore items like this were trying to hide their body, and maybe that's what I've been trying to do. I mean, I haven't really thought about it that deeply. I think, you know, for me it's a bit more surface level in terms of not feeling comfortable, feeling good in what I'm wearing. And when I wear something like this, I feel comfortable, and I feel happy in what I'm wearing, and I find it's kind of fun to have that slightly more oversized, voluminous element to my outfit. So I guess I like it from more the styling perspective, but there could be some other underlying reasons which are making me gravitate towards these super slouchy styles as well. But yeah, it could just be comfort to the loungewear things. We are spending so much more time at home. But yeah, did I say this one's from And Other Stories? I can't remember. I've been waffling on way too much. Love, love, love the color of this. I didn't love the fit of it when it first arrived. However, I found the more that I wore it, the more I liked it. I have said a few times that I thought it was 100% wool, and I got completely mistaken with my wool cardigan, which that one is 100% wool, and I love that. This one has polyamide in it. I have noticed that it is starting to pill a little bit in the front, so I will use a fabric shader to kind of help, you know, make it look spick and span like new again. I will leave a link to a fabric shaver down in the description box in case you were wondering what I'm referring to, but it's just a clothing maintenance tool which really helps to prolong and extend the life of your knitwear, and that's definitely something that I tend to do. I also have a clothing care video which I'm going to link up in the cards in case you would like to go and have a watch. Last clothing item before I jump into accessories is a pair of jeans, and these ones I actually think are featured in my last 2 most worn videos. I'm pretty certain. They are these Maybelline high-rise skinny jeans. I've said this before, but I've been really impressed with the quality of Maybelline denim. They're just really comfortable. The denim is quite thick and very forgiving. I do find that they come up a little bit big. I got the 25, and actually now I'm finding that they're starting to feel a little bit too big for me. I'm still wearing a 26 in some other brands like Everlane jeans. I'm wearing a 26 in the skinny, but I still wear the 25 in the cheeky straight, if that helps you kind of figure out the sizing. But I think for future pairs of denim that I'm buying from Madewell, I will probably go for a 24. But I just love the color of these, love the wash, love the fact that there's a little bit of distressing on the hem here. They're just a really nice jean. The rise is lovely. It's kind of perfect for me actually. I do sometimes find now when I'm putting on my Dr. Denims that the high rise, which is a super high rise that I've loved so much because I have a very long torso, is now feeling sometimes a little bit too long for me, which I never thought I would say that. So yeah, I think I will probably be investing in some more denim from Madewell in the very near future. Now I thought I would talk about two pairs of shoes because there's really only one wear between them. So my most worn shoes of the season were my Jade and Debster slides, which funny because I did actually buy the real things. These are a dupe for the Saint Laurent slides, which I do have, and then I've continued to wear them because I absolutely adore the color. I think these are just a really well-made pair of shoes. I've had them for, I think this might be the third summer, maybe fourth summer that I've had them. They're just a great classic. They're very comfortable, and they aren't that expensive either, and being 100% leather too, except for the sole. I think, you know, there's good quality there as well. I need to get mine resoled because I have worn them so much that they've actually worn through on the heel. But yeah, they've just held up so well, and I love the fact that the tan color adds warmth to my outfits. It's something that I feel wearing a lot of white and black I really need. These fit true to size. I got them in the Australian 9 and I wear a European 40. And I think I wore those 18 times. And then the other most worn shoe, which I really wanted to review because I have mixed feelings about these shoes. My Birkenstock Eva Arizona slides, and this is definitely an homage to the ugly dad sandal trend, which again I know is going to be very hit or miss. You either love it or you hate it. I personally don't mind it. I'm kind of dabbling in it at the moment and trying it out, figuring out how it works my style, but I think Birks are a great classic. These ones here are kind of made from a stiff material. I'm not 100% sure what it is, but they are, you know, it's kind of almost plasticky, but I don't think it's plastic. So I do find that while they're relatively comfortable just for walking around the house and stuff, if you're wearing them for prolonged periods of time or day in, day out, you end up essentially internally bruising the top of your foot because there is no give. They don't relax or anything like that. So I found from having them in my spring capsule that I actually had to stop wearing them and I had to introduce another pair of shoes or just wear other shoes. So I felt a little bit limited because these just got really uncomfortable, and I haven't really worn them as much since completing my spring capsule, just for that very reason. I kind of want to wear shoes that are really comfortable. That's sort of important to me. So I think I probably would have been better off just buying either the leather or the suede versions, which I've had the leather ones in the past. When I was 14 years old, I had the single strap ones. I can't remember what they're called, but yeah, it does make me think maybe I might get the taupe suede, possibly. But I do have a pair of shoes on my wish list that I want to get in the Boxing Day sales. So, and they're not Birkenstocks. They're actually not an ugly sandal. So for those of you who aren't into that trend, you will be very glad. The final item was actually in my last most worn video as well, and it is my Celine trio. And I have talked about how I've had Celine trios in the past and I've sold them and why I sold them. But this for me is just kind of the perfect bag as a mum. I find it really convenient to just sling this across my body. I have all of my essential items compartmentalized into the different pouches, which is just very easy for me in terms of finding what I need, which when you're doing a lot of things one-handed, you kind of want everything to be effortless, right? So that's the thing I really, really love about this bag. Mine's dove grey and the goat leather. I actually bought mine pre-loved, and it does have scratches on the front which were there when I bought it. So from that perspective, I've never really felt too precious about it, but because I also got it for a really good price. But yeah, I love the grey. It kind of goes with everything. It adds a bit of a softer element to many of my monochromatic outfits, and yeah, I mean, it's just a great style. I think just bags this sort of style are really wonderful. The other bag that I wore, or that I use loads, is my Eveline Studio bag, which has essentially become my nappy bag or baby bag. It's always in the bottom of the pram, and it's great because I can just throw my wallet in there as well and go. Those are sort of my most worn items for spring. Were there any surprises? I'd love to know what you think. I feel like this is pretty standard and actually very much a reflection of what I was wearing in my spring capsule again. So sort of to me feels very much like that's a good indicator for what I'll be wearing the most for the season. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and again, like usual, I always appreciate you spending a little bit of your day with me. I hope you're having an incredible week, and I'll see you next time with a brand new video. See you soon. Bye.